Welcome everyone to today's webinar hosted by Caring.com. Today we'll be discussing Caring Stars 2024. And I know what you may be thinking, didn't we just start 2023? Well, we're more than halfway through the year and coming up on the October 15th deadline to qualify for Caring Stars. So today's presentation is intended to help you understand all of the qualifications for the award and offer tips and strategies to be among those Caring Stars 2024 winners. As we begin, I would like to cover a few housekeeping items for today's webinar. First off, this is a one-way webcast, meaning that only the presenters will have video and audio throughout today's presentation. However, we would still love to hear from you. At any point throughout the webinar, use the Q&A section within Zoom to submit your questions. We will be answering those questions live following the presentation. One of the questions that we receive every webinar is, will this webinar be recorded? And the answer is yes. We are recording today's presentation, and we will be sending out a link to both the presentation as well as the slide deck following today's presentation. You can also visit our webinar archive on partners.caring.com to view this webinar as well as others. Now, my name is Olivia Duke. I'm the B2B Marketing Director here at Caring, and I will be serving as the moderator for today's presentation. More importantly, I'm pleased to introduce Denise Grob, the Director of our Reviews program. Denise has 3 decades of experience in communications and marketing with a particular focus in reviews and other user-generated content. Prior to Caring, she curated online reviews for U.S. K-12 schools. Denise is coming up on her 13th anniversary this month here working with Caring, and she has served in several different roles in our organization during that time. Denise was part of the original panel of experts who created the Caring Stars Award, and she's managed the program in its decade since. At this point, I will hand it over to our in-house expert, Denise Grob, to share more about our high integrity reviews program here at Caring.
Thank you so much, Olivia, and thank you everyone who took time to join us today to learn about the Caring Stars Award. Before I dive into the presentation, I just want to first quickly provide a refresher on Caring's history of expertise with online reviews within our industry. We were one of the very first websites to host consumer reviews about senior living communities and senior care agencies, and we have since won several National Mature Media Awards for the review services and programs we offer. There are reviews on our website dating back to 2008, and every review we receive is read by industry-trained experts on my team who only publish reviews we're confident meet the integrity guidelines. This means that it's very difficult to get fake reviews published on our site, but it also means we're very proactively screening reviews to uphold those guidelines rather than waiting on the public to flag issues in the reviews. And given our longstanding authority in hosting these reviews in senior living and senior care, Google now features us very prominently and persistently in their reviews from the web module, as well as high up in the organic search results. Consumers are likely to find reviews on Caring even if they, when they turn to the internet, even if they didn't use our referral services. Okay, bear with me. I'm going to get this moving. There we go. Today, we're going to discuss the Caring Stars Award and why it's worth your time and attention. I'm going to give you very specific info on what you need to qualify for the 2024 award, with the deadline only a couple months away. And for those who haven't been through a Caring Stars qualification yet, I'm going to cover some practical tips to help you build up the reviews profile you need. And I'll give you a warning about some pitfalls to avoid that could lead to disqualification. As usual, we're going to summarize the info and we're going to answer your questions. And after this presentation, we're going to give you a chance to rate this webinar. Please tell us your feedback. We welcome your emails and calls afterward as well. Okay, without further ado, let's get started on why Caring Stars is such a highly coveted award and why you made the right decision to be here to learn more about qualifying for Caring Stars 2024. Let's start with the care seeker search. In the United States today, there are more than 15,500 online searches per hour for the key senior living and senior care terms. And that's not even covering any of the auxiliary terms like wandering or medical alerts. That's the primary: assisted living near me, nursing homes, etc. We talk about this as the modern drive-by, where seniors and their families turn to online search engines and third-party resources to learn as much as they can about your offering and decide whether or not they should request more info, or if they should have that in-home care assessment or take that community tour. The reviews on your caring.com profile help position your community or your agency to get the best prospects possible and support you in being able to convert them as new customers more easily. The Caring Stars Award can help boost that opportunity even more. I jokingly refer to it as the Caring Stars bump. In fact, we've consistently seen that winners in our partner network average significantly more leads and move-ins than communities and agencies without the award. The data on this slide is just the most recent analysis that we've seen with that Caring Stars boost. Prior years were equally impressive. Think about it from the care seeker's perspective. If you were considering a community or an agency, would you be more likely to follow up with one that has only a few reviews, nothing recent, no awards, and a low overall rating? Or are you going to be more attracted to the communities and agencies that have lots of reviews, recent positive feedback, a high overall average rating, and a beautiful service excellent award right there from an authoritative third party? Most people are going to be drawn to those award winners with the great reviews, and it's why we see Caring Stars perform better than their local competitors that don't have the award year after year. Now, when Caring Stars was first launched in January 2012, it was the very first of its kind in our industry, and it was only available for assisted living and memory care communities. Since then, the program has grown to include any senior living community, any in-home care agency in our directory, and you do not need to be partnered with caring.com to be considered. We do have enhanced services that support our partners in getting and responding to those reviews, but partnership is not a requirement to earning the Caring Stars Award. And here's the other good news. Unlike some other award programs out there, there is no application process for Caring Stars. There are no fees to participate. We aren't going to charge you to use the Caring Stars badge when you win. This program is a great way to generate positive PR and marketing buzz for your community or agency, and it helps you create compelling content, all of which lead to real and rapid results for your business. Caring Stars can help you engage and excite your constituents, strengthen brand loyalty, and support your recruiting and retention, which we know is a real challenge in this industry. We also know Caring Stars has truly become a trustworthy go-to guide for seniors and their families, and it's now also being used by Fortune to help rank the best cities for seniors and their families too. But make no mistake, it's not easy to achieve Caring Star status. It takes focus and effort getting and responding to reviews. You must have a stellar reviews profile on your caring.com listing. And in a few minutes, I'm going to take you through some very specific details on what's required to be considered for the 2024 award. First, I want to tell you a little bit more about why it's important to try for this. For 2023, there were over 700 senior living communities and senior care agencies who won the Caring Stars Award. All of them received free promotional gifts. Caring Stars winners got digital promo kits with several versions of the award badge and a special image for social sharing. We also provided them a customized Best in Their State widget for their websites, and it had easy to implement HTML code that automatically updates each year you win. So you implement it once and you're done. And then 2023 winners also got digital winner certificates, which many printed and posted or distributed to their staff. And our partners on the list just this year also received trophies and wearable pens to showcase their award during the sales process. If you're a Caring Star of 2023 and you missed any of our prior outreach about any of these gifts, it's never too late to contact my team, reviews@caring.com. We are happy to get that item over to you ASAP. Now, beyond the digital marketing, Caring Stars winners also celebrate their award-winning status at community events, trade shows, health fairs, and other public gatherings. I've participated in some of these events, and they're really fun and fantastic. One winner story I like to tell is the Willows at Meadow Branch. They first earned the Caring Stars Award in 2014, so really early years they won. And they are hyper competitive with a local community, and that competitor was not a winner. To celebrate, they made big hay out of it, and they hosted a very well-attended award ceremony and press conference. They used the award badge to make lots of great marketing materials. They had asked me about my testimonial pens for the senior residents and their family members. They added it to their welcome packet. They had a huge banner out front. And that's just some of the things they did. They had napkins, cups, window decals. They did all sorts of stuff with that free promo kit they got. And then they also sponsored a local community event and proudly displayed their Caring Stars Award to the public there too. In fact, they were so successful in generating buzz that when I contacted their marketing director that summer, she was busy processing new move and she didn't have a lot of time to chat with me. She said that the award had truly helped them boost their sales and marketing. She was thrilled. And that's why they've continued to aim and achieve this award in subsequent years too. It really paid off for them by taking advantage of those digital gifts that they received from it. Now, Caring Stars, they deserve the spotlight, and we help shine it on them. And this is just some of the news media coverage for the Caring Stars of 2023. It's really just a sampling. There was only so much I could fit on this slide. Every year, we see excellent clips about Caring Stars local winners. And year-round, we're regularly contacted by news media as an expert in a range of senior living and senior care topics, and our partners on the Caring Stars winner list get included in those opportunities too. Okay, so now that I've covered lots of reasons why this award is so helpful and really worth your time and attention, let's get to that important information I promised you about how you could earn the 2024 recognition by getting and responding to reviews. Now, here are some key must-haves. Many of you know we take the integrity of our reviews program very seriously, and how we approach Caring Stars is no different. Caring Stars winners are not determined by my team picking its favorites. There's no voting, there's no random drawing, and you cannot buy the award. So please don't ask, I'm not selling Caring Stars awards. Instead, this distinction is based on consumer reviews on your caring.com listing from the seniors and families you serve. So if you're not yet in our directory, that's step one, and it's free to get listed. Next, you need reviews published on that listing. And when we compile the winner list each year, we start with the reviews-based criteria to identify finalists. We're looking at the total reviews or the review volume. We're looking at your overall average rating across all of the reviews on the listing, not just the recent ones. But we do have some criteria specific to the recent reviews. You're going to need a volume and certain ratings in the last year as well. And every negative review across all time, not just recent, all 1-star and 2-star reviews on the listing must have a response. That's been in the criteria for years. Okay, now without further ado, if you are a senior care agency or you are a senior living community with a resident capacity of 21 or higher, these are some specific reviews metrics we recommend that you aim to meet or exceed by October 15th of this year to qualify for Caring Stars 2024. On your caring.com listing, you should have 15 or more reviews published by that qualification deadline. We don't aggregate, so we're not going to count your reviews on multiple caring.com listings. We're not going to count your reviews on Yelp, Google, and Caring. We're looking at a single caring.com listing per property address, and we're counting the reviews on that listing that are published. Across those reviews, you should have an overall average rating of 4.5 stars or higher, and you need recent reviews. So aim to have at least 4 since October 15th of last year, as well as 1 or more 5-star reviews published in 2023. And as I mentioned, all of the 1-star and 2-star reviews across all time should have a published response or be contested and removed by deadline. Now, this is not a guarantee and you win if you have a profile that meets this, but it's a great place to qualify. And here's the other good news. It's going to help you attract and convert new customers too. That kind of profile is exactly what the care seeker is looking for. So even if you don't, for whatever reason, achieve caring stars, that type of reviews profile is still beneficial to you. Now, some of you are smaller care homes, and that last slide may have made you very nervous. I have good news for you. We have a different set of qualification criteria if you have 20 or fewer resident capacity. Based on the much smaller pool of potential reviewers for care homes, we adjusted this criteria in 2023 to be more inclusive, and we plan to continue this qualification tier for the 2024 award too. Still need to have a 4.5-star overall average rating. You still need to have 1 or more 5-star reviews in 2023. You still need to have a response on every 1-star and 2-star reviews. That is unchanged from the prior slide I just showed. But we do have a different requirement for the total reviews volume, both in total reviews across all time, as well as the recent year qualification timeframe. So for care homes, resident capacity 20 or less, you need to have at least 5 published reviews by October 15th of this year. And you need to have at least 2 published reviews since October 15th of last year. Now, if your care home or senior living community fits this profile, please make sure we have that information associated with your caring.com listing. If we don't, you'll be judged at the higher review volume. So please reach out if you're unsure or you don't see resident capacity on your listing yet. Now, this is very important information I'm about to tell you. Once we identify the finalist based on those review requirements we just talked about, we have some quality assurance steps. First, we do an extensive audit of every review on every finalist listing to ensure we didn't miss anything when we were processing those reviews one by one. We seek to ensure that the published reviews on Caring Stars listings do meet our guidelines, that this award isn't being given based on any conflict of interest reviews, that these are reviews from your senior customers and their families. And this award was earned based on that type of feedback. Now, on other sites like Glassdoor and Indeed, having employee reviews is fantastic. Those cannot be published on caring.com. Your employees cannot upload reviews for consumers. Consumers must submit their own content. I'm going to cover that again in just a bit because it's super important and it's a common pitfall mistake we see. The other thing to keep in mind is that if you're in a state and you are offering a certain care level where it's required to have a license, we check the finalist listings to make sure they have the business's current license number, that the license is valid, and that the license data Caring has matches the state's public records for licensing. That we're talking about assisted living, memory care, those sorts of care levels that we're looking most at. All of the quality assurance steps we take are to support our focus on earning and maintaining consumer confidence in the integrity of our reviews program and the Caring Stars Award. When consumers see that badge on your listing, they can be assured that we took extensive steps, that that badge means something, right? It is a true service excellence award. And as more than one industry executive has said to me, Caring Stars is the real deal when it comes to best in class awards. And I hope that you are all included in the next winner list we compile. So let me give you some practical tips and strategies to make that happen. First, I'm going to start with the most common mistake we see that I just mentioned. It's worth mentioning over and over again. Asking the wrong folks to add reviews on your caring.com profile, because you see those criteria, you get super excited about all the things you're going to get. And so you try to make sure your profile matches, but the reviews have to meet our guidelines. So this is really, really important. Our website is focused on reviews from cognitively healthy seniors and their families. So your current consumer customers and care seekers only. And we require these individuals to submit their own original reviews content directly to us. This means it's a mistake to ask reviews from your employees, from your vendors, from your referral partners, any industry insiders, anyone with a professional conflict of interest. Those reviews will be declined or removed. Please only ask cognitively healthy seniors and their family members, including your customers who have used your services within the last 3 years. They don't have to be sourced to caring.com. They can be your customers from any referral source, but they do have to be cognitively healthy seniors and their friends and family who have used your services within the last 3 years. Also, as I mentioned, please do not collect and post reviews on your own listing. Our staff is available to help any seniors or senior family members who need help submitting a review. We know not everyone is comfortable with the internet. We have some support for them. Our staff can assist them. We'll decline any reviews that are uploaded by senior living or senior care employees, even if with the best intentions. One more tip here. If you're a senior living community, please encourage your senior residents not to use their real full name as their review or screen name. Our website is public, our reviews are public, it's visited by millions of people. This is a safety measure, and we hope that you will help us in enforcing this. Residents, I am a current resident, should not use their full real name as their review or screen name. Okay, so here is the fastest, easiest way for seniors and their families to submit their reviews. It's one of the top ways we see and has been for years. Every caring.com listing has a dedicated review entry form, so you can send them straight to this page rather than land them on your listing. You can give them the dedicated URL for the form for your community or agency. They don't have to go hunting around Caring to find it. And if you have more than one listing, we have a form, caring.com/reviews, that works for any community or agency in the country. So if you want to do a campaign for multiple locations at once, that's a good tool to use. We'll still get it matched to the right listing. We'll do all the heavy lifting there. It takes only a few minutes for the consumer to fill out these online forms, and we process the online submissions typically within 1 to 3 business days. Often we're getting to them every single day because we seek to publish as many valid reviews as possible. All right, now we know that some seniors aren't yet comfortable online. Many are, nowadays most are, but there are still some out there who aren't. And there are also some who just prefer to talk on the phone, and that is fine. If you have an enhanced listing and you're participating in our partner network, we have a no-cost service to you for our award-winning review call-in line. This is great to give to senior residents who don't have an email address as well. So the online forms require you to have an email address. If you're a Caring partner, contact Reviews at Caring. We'll give you a free Review Us on Caring handout. It'll have the toll-free number. We're going to give you a few tips like the agent availability hours. And then once that senior reaches the collection agent, they give their review on a recorded line. We get that digitized and uploaded to your partner listing. Like I said, this is a free service. It's been available since 2021. It was very effective for helping our partners win the Caring Stars 2023 award. Same with 2022, but it takes a little bit longer. So please don't delay in getting this flyer and phone number into the hands of your customers ASAP. This is not a service you want to use on October 1st. This is a service you want to use now through September, okay? All right, now there's a few more ways to get reviews on caring.com. If you're a senior care agency that's using Home Care Pulse, We've been integrated with them since 2017. There's a monthly reviews feed for participating agencies. Many agencies on the 2023 winner list achieved this award by taking advantage of that program. You do need to opt in via the Home Care Pulse software. If you're a senior living community in our partner network, we automatically do review outreach to care seekers we've referred to you. We collect their reviews by phone about tours taken and communities chosen. We also provide our partners a tool and partner portal to help you efficiently outreach to your customers to ask for reviews, even if we didn't originally refer them to you. You can upload the emails, send that solicitation. We are not going to market other services to them. We are simply going to send that email on your behalf, asking them to review you on caring.com. Communities and agencies in our partner network can also send us a list of people who've agreed to give a review by phone, and we'll do review collection outreach to them. So outbound outreach rather than them calling the review call-in line. It's not as effective as the review call-in line, but it's another way to get reviews by phone if you are a caring partner. If you need more information on any of these options, please reach out to reviews@caring.com. My team is happy to help you. Now let's talk about, once you've started getting all these great reviews, how to respond. And you should definitely plan to respond to any and all negative reviews. Because, as I mentioned, to be considered for caring stars, every single 1-star and 2-star review has to have a published response or be contested and removed by deadline. You may be wondering, why does she keep bringing that up? Every year, unfortunately, we have to disqualify communities and agencies who met all the other requirements, but they missed this key one. And it's really a shame, because you have a stellar profile, you just haven't taken the time to respond to the negative reviews. We have lots of tips to help you. I'm going to cover some of those right now. But let's talk about the practical, how do I respond? If you're an enhanced listing in our partner network, we are sending instant alert via email every time we publish a review on your listing. You tell us which emails you want subscribed for this free service. This is an account setting handled when you join our network, and it can be updated at any time. For the older reviews, or you can't find that review alert we sent you before, it's never too late to respond to a review. Just reach out to reviews@caring. Include in your message whether or not you're contesting the review to take it down for valid reasons, which I'm about to cover, or whether or not you're trying to publish a response. Some of you are using third-party platforms to monitor your reviews across numerous reviews websites, not just Caring. We're integrated with 6 of those platforms. That's included here on this slide. So that's another way. If you are using one of those services, ask them how you can use their service to respond on caring.com if you don't immediately see it when you log into their dashboard. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to my team at reviews@caring.com. Now let's talk about contesting reviews, because sometimes a review needs to be removed rather than have a response published. And in some cases, that can even have a positive effect on increasing your overall average rating. Here are some valid reasons we will take down a review, and some reasons that are not sufficient for review removal. If you're contesting a review close to the Caring Stars deadline, so a few days, the day before, I recommend you get an initial response published on that 1-star, 2-star review. That way, you don't get disqualified while we're still processing your contested review case, verifying that it's a valid removal reason, collecting any outstanding fact-based information, processing the removal. The easiest way to get a review removed is to focus on factual errors rather than your dislike of the consumer's opinion. Provide us the specific fact errors in the published review content, not the side facts of what happened. What words and sentences in that review are factually inaccurate and why? And that will help us expedite removal of that review. Now, we've covered fact versus opinion in some of our prior webinars. I'm happy to share those charts with you. We can give you specific examples based on the specific review you're contesting as well. Contact my team. We're here to help you. Now, if there isn't a valid reason to remove a negative review, you can publish a response. In fact, if it's a 1-star, 2-star, you should post your response to qualify for Caring Stars. Here's some tips to help ensure your response doesn't do more damage than the review itself. As you know, consumer reviews can be unfair. Sometimes consumers can even be downright rude. Try to avoid an emotional gut reaction. Really stay professional. If you have to, take a walk, cool down before you approach writing that response. I feel you. Some of these reviews, and you try your best, and they still give you negative feedback. It's just the nature of the beast. But you need to get in a really balanced, professional headspace before you write that response. You don't have to agree with what the reviewer says, but you should be gracious and grateful for the feedback. After all, that consumer is surfacing feedback that you may not have otherwise been aware of, and it gives you an opportunity to manage your reputation by being more influential than their feedback. Avoid debating the reviewer. Do not disclose any private information, especially details about the senior and their family that aren't in the review. Try to be empathetic. Seniors and their families can be grumpy and stressed. The negative feedback may be more a reflection of their situation than it is of your services. But avoid blaming them in the response. That's unlikely to leave a positive impression with prospects reading your response. Overall, try to have a growth mindset. Think about how this feedback can help your business be better at its mission, at delivering excellence in your services, and ensure that your other customers are strongly compelled to post positive reviews, push down the negative feedback that has a response. Another good thing, this is 2 key things that help senior living communities and agencies get over the initial hesitation to respond to negative reviews. We don't date your response. Only my team is going to see a delay between the review date and your response date. The public will not see that information. It's never too late to respond to those old reviews, and we do not alert the consumer reviewer. We don't host an online back and forth conversation that you see on some of the review platforms and social media. We allow 1 review, 1 response, end of conversation, no date of the response, and no alert to the consumer on that response. You are using the response to demonstrate service excellence and to influence prospects, to show that you are open to feedback, graceful in the face of criticism, appreciative, and have a growth mindset, customer service oriented. These are attributes that can help you respond to reviews, help you manage your reputation with greater ease. Take your time creating a well-crafted response, but not too late, because you don't want to miss that deadline for Caring Stars, and avoid making matters worse. Now, I've just covered 3 key areas of managing reputation that I've done entire webinars on. There's a ton to learn in this area. I can help you if you contact Reviews at Caring. I can provide those prior webinars. I can provide you guidance specific to your needs. All right. And speaking of asking me questions, Olivia, take it away with any Q&A we've received.
Yeah, wonderful. At this point, we are open to answering any questions that you may have about Caring Stars 2024. And we want to make sure everyone walks away today with a clear understanding of what you can do to qualify and be among those winners announced later this year. So first question we have is one we often get is, will this webinar be recorded? And the answer is yes. So if you are attending and you'd like to share with any colleagues, for instance, or pass along, we will be sending out that recording as well as the slide deck after this presentation. And another question that we received is, Denise, will there be an application to complete in order to enter?
Oh, I love it. That person must have arrived late. We covered that at the beginning. There is no application process for Caring Stars, no fees, no application process. You need a caring.com listing, and you need a great reviews profile of real reviews from cognitively healthy seniors and their families that they added themselves. We'll do all the heavy lifting. You just need to make sure you ask your customers for reviews and that you have the right mix of reviews to have a stellar profile matched to those recommendations we made on how to qualify for 2024.
And a similar question we have here is, can we see on our profile easily if we are on track for the 2024 Caring Stars Award?
I love that question. That's a great question. All of the reviews on caring.com that are published are public facing. So yes, if you are unsure where your listing is and how you're doing, contact Reviews at Caring. I have a whole team that helps answer those questions every day, actually. We are happy to help you understand how you're doing and where we recommend you focus to raise your profile.
Wonderful. And similar angle, or similar question, different angle. How can I get a caring listing started? So maybe someone doesn't yet have a caring listing. What's their best avenue to get started?
Do you want to take that one, Olivia?
Sure thing. We will have contact information going out to all registrants today. Depending on, whether or not you are a senior living community, contact sales@caring.com. If you are a home care agency, sales_homecare@caring.com is your best bet. We'll include both of those in our follow-up email, so you have those handy. We also have a phone number that we'll include if that's your preferred method of getting in contact.
I would also suggest at the bottom of the caring.com homepage is a link that says get referrals. That's another way to get started if you're not sure if you have a listing or not.
Absolutely. So if we have many reviews, and we don't have low star reviews, so I guess the question here is, what can you do? What would be your recommendation if somebody is looking to increase their number of reviews? They're looking to get more reviews.
So first, take a look at your profile. Who has already given you a review? We allow 1 review per person per listing. So you don't want to go ask those same people to give you a review on caring.com because they already have given you a review. Now, if they've previously given you a 3-star review and they've recently told you they are in love with your services, they do have the ability to retract their prior review and give you a 5-star review now. But if they've already previously given you a 5-star review, move on to other people who haven't yet. Send them that dedicated link I mentioned, particularly anyone that you already know is comfortable online, has an email address. That is the fastest way to get reviews on Caring. Within 3 business days, we process those reviews. And like I said, we're really processing them every day, but no later than 3 business days. So those are the 2 things. If you have any senior residents who aren't as comfortable online, and you're in our partner network, take advantage of the reviews by phone services. And I would say get started on those first because those take longer. And if you're unsure how you're doing against the Caring Stars recommendations for 2024, again, contact Reviews at Caring, and my team is happy to help you do that analysis. And we're going to provide the slides afterwards, so you'll have that chart as well.
Wonderful. And so we have a question here. If someone tours and leaves a review, so maybe they didn't become a resident, but they toured and left a review, does this count towards the number of reviews needed?
So all published reviews that meet our review guidelines count toward the reviews profile that we consider for Caring Stars. There is one thing I do want to call out about tour takers. Sometimes we see industry professionals that mark that they were a tour taker. We catch those reviews, we typically block them, but if they get through, they will get taken down during the audit. You want to focus on prospective residents and their family members who are taking tours, not industry professionals who happen to take a tour while they were there, not your vendors, not anyone that has a potential conflict of interest. So for instance, home care agency staff cannot post reviews of senior living communities. Senior living community staff cannot post reviews about home care agencies. That's a conflict of interest. We know there's referral relationships between those 2 entities. So try to avoid those. Focus on your seniors and their client or their family members, excuse me.
So we have really practical questions coming in about how to make sure they're in the position. So this one I think is great after that. If a community met the threshold for the award, but then during the audit process, one review was disqualified for one of those review guidelines reasons, is there still an opportunity at that time to get others and still qualify?
Unfortunately, no, which is why we recommend you exceed the criteria, because we do audit and we do find, you are correct, we do find reviews that need to unfortunately come down. Sometimes it's a simple mistake. Sometimes it's a duplicate. The person already has a review published on the listing, so we remove the old review and keep the most recent review for them, right? It's not that often that it is a conflict of interest that we catch in the audit. Typically, we catch those when they first come in. But sometimes we can catch those later on, like for instance, if a senior living community with the best of intentions, they mean no harm, they've collected all of the reviews and then they sit at the computer and add them all to their listing, those reviews are going to get flagged. We have ways of identifying those types of reviews. They're likely to get removed. We do our best to salvage them by outreaching to the reviewers. But if we can't reach the reviewer and confirm it's a valid review, it will come down. So always exceed the criteria rather than squeak by. And again, even if you don't qualify for Caring Stars, aiming that high is going to help you attract and convert prospects and compete with other communities and agencies in your market.
Wonderful. All right. So another very practical question. You mentioned some of the recommendations around the names people use when posting reviews. So in this instance, there were some delays because of the reviewer screen names or names of staff members were mentioned in the body of the review. What's an acceptable name use protocol, or what would be your recommendation when, they're advising their own residents on leaving reviews?
Okay, it's good that you said residents, because home care agencies, the client can use their real name. Their home address is not on the listing. It's the senior living residents where there's an issue of using their full real name as their reviewer screen name. We don't see it that often, but I like to warn people because it's not something they naturally think of, especially if they're new to the internet. Now, content inside the review, we have a whole stack of review guidelines that are public facing. And one of the key ones is personally identifiable information. And it's regardless if the review is positive or negative or in between, if they are using somebody else's full real name in the content of a review, it will not be published. So they should stick to first names only or no names, and use the admissions director or Susie, the activities director, right? So we're not violating privacy by having the full real names of your employees in those reviews. That is in the guidelines. There's other things in the guidelines like no libel. So the negative reviews on the other end of the spectrum, if there is libel, potential libel, they've accused you of a crime, and somehow my staff missed that in processing your review, contact Reviews at Caring. We do not want libel published on our website. So, but we need you to let us know if we have somehow missed a factual error or you think we've missed something in the guidelines and the review content. When in doubt, contact us. And same thing for the reviewer. They can contact us at any time. Every single day, my team is talking to seniors and their families about reviews on Caring every single day. I quite enjoy it, actually. I've talked to them on the phone. I talk to them in our help desk. So we don't have a problem communicating with reviewers. So if there's ever a question, just refer them to Reviews at Caring or the reviews phone number, which we'll also have at the end of this presentation.
Great. And another question we received is, are there qualifications? Are these qualifications only from year to year? You mentioned
Yes.
Looking at 2023, looking towards 2024. Why is that the case?
So we at Caring are continually looking at best practices for reviews and what care seekers most value. That has not been the same since the beginning. I helped create Caring's reviews program and I've watched it evolve. I've helped it evolve. I've watched consumer preferences change over the years. I remember when some folks in our industry thought reviews was a passing fad and that they would go away, or that they didn't apply to senior living. They only applied to restaurants and shoes on Amazon. It's simply not the case. It matters very much to care seekers, and what matters has shifted. So it used to be that just having 10 reviews was enough. And then that shifted in recent years where a minimum of 15, and we have data that shows us that 15 to 16 reviews can significantly boost inquiries, tours, and move-ins. So we watch the data, we listen to what care seekers are telling us. I'm now taking phone calls from seniors regularly, asking me for more recent reviews for communities, nursing homes, and home care agencies on our website. They see the older reviews, but they call me and they say, hey, do you have any more recent ones? I'll ping the community or agency and encourage them to get more recent reviews. But these are why the criteria changes year after year. It's based on best practices in online reviews management, best practices in what care seekers want, and what truly is best senior living and best senior care for that particular year based on reviews. These are great questions. I'm loving it.
Absolutely. And Denise mentioned earlier in the presentation that we have done webinars dedicated solely to, collecting more reviews, responding to reviews. And every time we prepare those presentations, we look at current statistics of reviews usage online. And as she mentioned, not only has it evolved since this program started, it evolved when the pandemic happened. We saw, review usage go up. So definitely that's a factor in why we speak to it this year. But of course, want to give you all the resources and tools to be a caring star and be named in 2024.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And let's see, it looks like, all right, another question we have is, does a community need to be up and running in order to have a caring.com listing? What happens if they're under construction at this time?
Yeah, so the reviews program is focused on feedback about services offered. So if you're not open and offering services yet, you're not giving tours of the actual facility where senior care services will be rendered, then unfortunately it's too early for you to participate. Come back once you have that property available for seniors and their families to comment on actual firsthand experiences and observations of the location and services being offered and rendered.
Another question we have is, we're a community who also receives referrals from another referral service, and they also have review options. How do you balance asking for reviews from both referral services?
So we get this question, and even if it's not a referral service, there's Google and Caring, right? So those are the top two review sites on the web for senior living and senior care, Google and Caring. And reputation.com did a whole study for the industry on this and showed the others are far behind in terms of volume and offering. So I would say focus on Google and Caring as your primary sources. But if you have somebody who's already given a review on another website and you're worried that they're going to copy and paste that review to Caring and get it rejected because it's not original, use the reviews by phone service as a Caring partner, because we ensure those are our original authentic contents. And it might be easier for the consumer as well. Those conversations can be quick. We follow their lead. We practice active listening. There's a few things we absolutely must collect, like their screen name, their rating, their relationship, some of that stuff, the actual content. But some of those calls are very quick, depending on the consumer and what they have to say. And some can be longer if they want to talk longer and say a lot. Some of those reviews are quite lengthy and very helpful to care seekers. So I think the reviews by phone service is another way to balance if that individual has already posted a review on another website and you're worried about that.
Right, because it's not the fact that it's coming from the same resident. It's just the duplicate content that would be the issue. And another clarification there is, do the reviews only have to come from caring.com referrals?
No, that's the beauty. We want reviews from all of your current customers. That's going to help the people who are using our referral services and deciding which communities, which agencies to move forward with. They want to hear from all of your customers, not just the ones we referred.
All right, a couple questions are about the qualifications, and I know we'll hit on that with the takeaways. What happens to older reviews if there is a community that is demolished and completely rebuilt, or maybe there's a change of ownership, something like that happens?
That's a great question. And that was on that valid removal reasons slide that we shared. So we do reevaluate reviews if a community changes ownership. We just need to know about it. We need to know some of the details. If it's completely demolished, we will clean slate because it is closed and starting new. But otherwise, typically, a lot of the prior reviews are still relevant if they're not mentioning the prior owner and the prior management. A lot of these change of ownerships are really just at the top, and it's still the same staff servicing those individuals. So just contact reviews@caring.com if you already haven't worked with our partner success team on updating your listing. Our partner success team regularly connects with our reviews team when there are these sorts of shifts at organizations, whether it's home care or senior living. So we are closely aligned internally at Caring, but if nobody at Caring has been alerted about your change of ownership, or if you're still seeing older reviews that you think need to be reevaluated for whatever reason, contact Reviews at Caring. My team definitely wants to hear about that.
And it looks like that covers our questions for today. Thank you all so much for the engaging questions. It's exciting for us to see that you're really looking ahead to Caring Stars 2024, and we're excited to see you all achieve this award. So as we conclude, I will hand it back to Denise to cover the key details that you need to know about qualifying for Caring Stars 2024.
Fantastic. Thank you, Olivia. And really, I want to reiterate what Olivia just said. Thank you so much. I loved all those questions. Fantastic. And I'm sure you're going to have more. So please contact my team if you haven't already sent us an email. But here are the key points of what we covered. First, the October 15th deadline is only 2 months from now. So don't delay in building that stellar review collection on your Caring.com profile. Please don't wait till the last minute. It just is unnecessary stress for you. We'll still support you, but it's much easier if you're working on your reviews profile year round and if you get started right after this webinar. Speaking of which, go look at your Caring.com profile. Do you have more than 15 reviews? What's your overall average rating? How many recent reviews do you have? Take advantage of those free services we discussed today to get reviews and respond to reviews, and connect your seniors to our staff if they need help posting a review. If you do get any 1-star, 2-star reviews, do not let them sit on the listing without a response. Be sure to respond by October 15th. You could still contest it, even if you publish a response. It's never too late to contest for valid reasons, but get that response published so you don't get disqualified. If you need help at any time, if you still have questions, please reach out to my team. We can support you.
Thank you so much, Denise, and thank you all for joining today. We at Caring, we welcome your feedback on today's presentation. So if there are any other topics you'd like us to dive into in the future, or more you'd like to hear from about Caring Stars, we'd love to hear it. There will be a survey that pops up as this webinar closes where you can let us know. The email address and the phone number listed here will get you in touch with Denise's team when it comes to any reviews related questions or feedback that you may have. To stay on top of Caring's other upcoming trainings or to learn more about partnering with Caring for referrals, I encourage you to visit our industry website, partners.caring.com. And that's where we'll also be posting the recording and slides from today's presentation if you'd like to revisit as well. So with that, I will let you all get back to your commendable work of helping seniors, and we hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.